What's going on? Doing a late Sunday Q&A, and there's a very good reason. I have been working on the Charger subframe all day. So there'll be a video out for that tomorrow. Get the pretty much it's there. It's all lined up, welded together for the to make the jig. So I can make the um I'm just gonna make a chromoly tube one, which will be really nice. But yeah, just really want to get that thing done. Actually, I'm just really glad that it's 100% lined up. It's welded together. It just was so time consuming getting everything lined up. And then I had to start using, um, I ended up getting like a um, a laser tool for when you build houses to put lines on like walls and stuff. And I just used it because they auto level and they shoot 3 planes of laser lines, which the laser kept getting in my eye, but it's all done now. So it's all welded together, and we're gonna have the chromoly one done pretty soon. Which I'm just glad that I'm on to the next process, which is finishing up the tranny tunnel. And I'm really happy that the drive shaft doesn't protrude more than I thought. So it's actually a lot less than I thought, which is really nice. So I shouldn't have to modify the carpet until I get to the transfer case, which will be another plus. So let's see, what's up? When are you going to paint it? After I do the tranny tunnel and make the roof mold. So the tranny tunnel, I should be able to get that all busted out tomorrow and all welded together. And then the roof mold, or the roof, I'm gonna have to make the roof, and then the mold will probably, we'll see. It might happen this week. If it does happen this week and I get the mold done, I could I could probably get the car painted next week, which will be really nice. So it's moving forward, which is a plus because all the stuff that I've been having to do and fabricate, and it's just very time consuming. So yeah, I can't wait to see it painted. I can't wait to see the carbon fiber roof on it and the hatch and all that good stuff. So we're getting close. Hey, what's up? Not much. Keep up the good work. Thanks. When are you going to put the engine in it? Probably after I build it. I decided that I'm most likely going to go dry sump in it. So I'm going to order the dry sump pan and the oil pump, and I'll have to fabricate an oil tank reservoir, and I have a good place to stick it. So, what's up, Dave? The Charger looks badass. Thanks. Got the Fuel Milwaukee Impact Pack out, kids Black Friday deal. Cool. Keep it up. Thanks. Awesome project. Thanks. You can't rush perfection. It would have been a lot nicer if I would have had a 3D scanner, but I I don't feel like spending 100 grand to buy one. So I was almost gonna use an iPhone 12 because I guess you can download some software and it 3D scans, but I'm guessing it's not super accurate, but it's probably good enough. So I need to get a 3D scanner eventually, or maybe even just like like a laser scanner or a an arm or something like that, because I could do a lot with just that. Are you still doing a carbon fiber hatch? Yes. Interesting seeing the whole process, as I'm planning on building a few carbon parts as well. Yeah, so I'm going to do some videos on the whole carbon fiber process once I get there. Custom interior? Are you going with stock? I'm just going to use the stock Charger Hellcat stuff for the most part. Some stuff will be aftermarket. Hello from Canada. What's going on? Angela Taylor. Are you putting a sunroof? No sunroof. None of that. It's gonna be a hard top. Hey Dave, I thought you would have been. Hold on. I thought it would have been a cool idea to have made the back hatch as the glass goes up on the outer half as a tailgate like the old wagons. No, I like how I did the hatch. That's how it's staying. Let's see. I'm loving that your vision is now visible to others. Thanks. Once it's painted, it'll be very visible. Um, what chemical did your friend use to strip the chrome off of headlight buckets? That's a trade secret. He told me not to tell. Let's see. Salute for the build. Thanks. How are you? Pretty tired. I've been working on that subframe all day. So it's just glad that it's done. Let's see. With the Jeep bolt pattern, you are probably going to be limited on wheel selection. Any thoughts on wheel choice? So I stuck the Trackhawk wheel up there, bolted on. Before, when I didn't have the lower control arm, it seemed I could just pretty much put the wheel wherever I wanted. With the control arm on there, it's actually pretty sunk in there still. So the wide body Hellcats come with 11-inch wide wheels. The Trackhawk wheel is a 10-inch wide wheel. So I think I might have to go with like 11 and a halves all the way around, which will be really awesome. There'll be plenty of meat. 325s will fit on there beautifully, but yeah, I need to pretty much get all the suspension bolted on, get it on the ground with all the weight, and see where the tire is sitting in the fender well before I order any wheels. I'll probably just run the Trackhawk wheels for the time being. I did throw the Hellcat tires, the old Hellcat rear tires, on the Trackhawk wheels. Made them look a lot better. Made them look more like car wheels instead of SUV wheels. So yeah, we'll figure the whole wheel situation out once the flares and everything's together and there's weight in the car and it's actually at the correct ride height. And I could stand back and look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 11s, 11 and a halves all the way around, which they do make Trackhawk wheels in 11s and 11 and a halves, so I shouldn't have any issues with that. Let's see. DD's Speed Shop in Canada. Can we get a shout out for my buddy Dan? What's up, Dan? Howdy, Dave. What's going on? You can do a low dollar scanner, build it with, but it will take a bit for everything to be accurate to build off for the next mod. I'd rather just buy a 3D scanner or work with a company or something like that. But with all the engineering stuff, I'm surprised, a company hasn't reached out, because I do so much SolidWorks and stuff like that, and designing and fabricating. So maybe eventually, we'll see. Can't wait to see the carbon roof. Me too. I can't wait to see that fabric. And I'll probably do the fabric reveal sometime this week. The carbon fiber fabrics, because it's they're gonna be pretty sweet. So that's probably worth a video. I can't wait to see them with gloss on them and everything, because it'll probably bring out the colors a lot better. What's your next project? It's probably going to be a truck or a car. I'm not exactly sure. What made you start to build cars? My family's always done car stuff. So, I just started driving cars, and I just ended up, modifying them. And then this is where we're at now. I'm really modifying stuff now. Hey, Dave, love your work. Great videos, great content. When are you coming to New Zealand? These Suzukis aren't going to fix themselves. Cheers from your mate, Patrick. What's up, Patrick? Is there a specific epoxy to use when laying carbon? So technically, first, you don't have to, but first, it's really wise to use a gel coat, and like a UV, like a good UV gel coat, a clear gel coat, because when you do that, you can actually activate it a little bit, and the carbon fiber cloth will stick to it, instead of just like laying the carbon fiber in there and then going like vacuum bagging it and trying to get all the wrinkles and everything out. So it's a really nice to have that one layer of gel coat. I'm going to end up clearing it anyway, because I'm going to re-clear the whole car. I decided I'm going to paint the car, bond the roof to the car, then 800 grit everything, and then re-clear the car with the roof, so it's all nice and sealed, and it'll make it really nice and glossy, and I think it'll look really good. So yeah, gel coat's a really smart idea, because you can stick the carbon fiber down kind of before you vacuum bag it and get all the air out of it. So it's just very smart to do it that way. So what about the Subaru Junkyard, Dave? I have one Subaru. I don't know. Love the Z31 content. Yeah, I'll have a video out of that this week. I did some stuff to it, and I washed it, and I need to pressure wash the engine off and all that oil and stuff. Dodge is going to copy this when you're done. All-wheel drive is the only way to go as a powerhouse. what engine controller, what you use for tuning. So what's going to happen is I'm going to just use a stock ECU. Um, it's really going to depend. I want all the functionality that comes with the cars, like the performance pages and Uconnect and stuff like that, which I can't get with an aftermarket ECU. So I'll probably just end up using some kind of piggy, like a tuning software to tune the factory ECU, and then hopefully I could work around to get the all-wheel put into the factory ECU. So all that works, and I want to actually be able to control the transfer case through the screen, which isn't doable right now with the Trackhawks because they don't have a button to push to turn the transfer case off. Everybody does like a little mod or something. So we'll figure it out. I want to get that thing so I could either do rear wheel drive burnouts or I can have it all wheel drive or whatnot. So I want everything to work as it would from the factory. Devin Motorcycle Mechanic, $5. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Here's a couple bucks for cutting compound. You'll need it soon. That's the one thing I really dislike is buffing cars. It's the worst. I think Dodge is going to bring back the Magnum due to this build. Thanks. I think they'd be stupid to not bring the Magnum back after all the interest, and if they had the same platforms as they do the normal Charger, they would sell probably just as many, because I think people are kind of fed up with the whole SUV fad thing. Really, just soccer moms want SUVs. All the dads that want to have a cool wagon and don't want to, they don't want to drive like a Trackhawk or an SUV around because they're just heavy and bulky and they're super high up. I mean, I think it's a very good market that Dodge is kind of missing out on. I mean, look at Audi and BMW and all those other car manufacturers still making wagons. I mean, they sell. So, did you ever find a shop to bend weld your cross member? So I'm talking to a subscriber, and probably going to have him do it, but that's all up in the air. I still need to. Once I do the tranny tunnel tomorrow, I'll have a better idea where that other bracket's going to sit, and then I'm probably going to have to do a 90 off of that. So instead of just doing the 245s, I'm going to probably have to go, the 45, then straight, and then up to a 90, which isn't that big of a deal. But I just wanted to make sure before I had one made and then had to cut it apart and fix it. So all those different little changes that you have to do throughout the fabrication process. It's never a good idea to make something before you have all the components under there. Would you consider making a few of these? Pretty sure you can charge whatever you want. So some people asked, and I pretty much said I could do like Hellcat ones for 200 grand, because like I've said before, the Hellcat wide body Chargers are like 90 something thousand, and I just go buy brand new ones and then do the whole conversion. So, I have an email address. If somebody wants to forward me the money to do one, I'll do one. But, it'll probably take 6 months, which isn't too bad because I've already got all the hard work out of the way right now. Let's see. Can you do a cold start of the Dodge Charger? Well, the Charger doesn't have an engine in it right now. Idea for your next project, your vision of a Little Red Express. I'm probably gonna do a truck or a car. I'm not exactly sure what it's gonna be. I'm gonna do something with the Trackhawk too, so we'll see what happens. Patrick, $8.99 from New Zealand for your flights to New Zealand. Those are going to add up eventually. Actually, I think flights are probably pretty cheap right now because nobody's flying. So I probably could get a plane ticket for like $8.99 to New Zealand. Let's see, how much to build a Hellcat Magnum? I just said that. Junkyard Dave, can you do a cold start on the Dodge Charger? It doesn't have an engine in it. And any updates on the 300ZX? I'll do a video this week on it. I pretty much just cleaned it up and and I mean it's pretty nice. I'm surprised. The paint's a little faded, but that's about it. What size shirt do I wear? I wear a large, tall, two-door 96 Impala SS. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool with the do they come all-wheel drive? I think they have an all-wheel drive version. Hello, Dave. What's going on? Can you do a collab with the Skid Factory? I'm not even sure who the Skid Factory is. Let's see. Hello from Texas. Hey, Dave. What is your goal on miles per hour? Are you shooting for over 200? Oh, my goal? So I should be well over 200 miles an hour with what I'm gonna, with the horsepower, the gear ratio, the 8-speed automatic transmission. I don't think I'll have any issues going over 200 miles an hour. So I should be able to do that. If not, more. So we'll see where we end up. I mean, it all depends on aerodynamics and stuff like that. And the car is going to weigh a pretty decent amount, so I shouldn't have to worry about like a Honda. They get super light when you get like over 150, so I shouldn't have any of those issues, and it should have pretty good downforce and aerodynamics. But yeah, I wanna see if it does. It should do over 200 miles an hour, but I want to see what it does eventually. So it'll be kind of scary going that fast in something that I've spent so much time building. But I mean, what am I building for? If 1,500 horsepower car, why build it if you're not going to do it? So let's see, what truck are you getting for the channel? I'm probably gonna, I don't know. I was thinking probably another Ford or maybe a Chevy diesel truck. We'll see what happens. A moonroof would look great. It's not happening. Truck or car for the next project. How about new style El Camino? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Dave, you should put a Dodge Elephant engine in your Magnum. So I'm going to build a 426. The Elephant engine isn't really, they're not built to handle 1,500 horsepower. So they're built for 1,000. They'd probably handle 15, but I want to build something that's, I want to build something that'll handle 2,000 horsepower and run at like 15. So it's one of those things. I like to overbuild stuff. That's why I'm most likely going dry sump with the whole setup. The clear will help UV protection on the carbon resin. So the you want to get a gel coat with the UV. They have like different ones, and some of them don't have the correct UV additives in them, so they'll just like instantly yellow, or they'll start doing weird stuff in the sun. Some gel coats are made for indoor use. I mean, you just kind of have to research it, and I'll put, I'll see if I can find the links and put them in the description and stuff like that. But yeah, you definitely want to have some UV protection, especially on a roof in the hatch and everything. And in Colorado, the sun's pretty harsh out here. Sunroofs and panoramic sunroofs are overrated. Hell yeah. Junkyard Dave, can you show me the Subaru? It's outside. It's dark outside, so probably not today. I enjoy your builds and videos. Thanks, Rick. I see a T-Rex in your future. I don't know. We'll see. Can you add me on Facebook? I just have a page, so I don't think I think people just follow me on it. I don't think I add them to it. The car companies are now addicted to SUVs and crossovers because of the high profit margin with very little investment or change. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I think they're kind of trying to appeal to like soccer moms and stuff like that want like an SUV with third rows and stuff, which it's a Charger wouldn't have that, but all the dudes want a wagon. I feel like all the chicks want an SUV because they feel like SUVs are safer to drive because they're higher up. But literally, if you get hit in a Charger or you're probably gonna worse off getting hit in like a Durango or a Trackhawk, because if you get hit in one of those, you're higher up and it has more of a chance of rolling over than a Charger or a Challenger, or a station wagon. So I feel like it's a false sense of security that all these people, they've heard that SUVs are safer because they're higher profile and higher up, but at the same time, I feel like they flip over more, because if you look at the auction, there's a lot more SUVs that are just like destroyed and they're flipped over. But maybe people will figure that out. Did you sell the Hellcat? No. If I was gonna do anything with it, I'd give it away, which is probably gonna happen this year. We'll see what happens, or next year, because we're still in 2020. But hit the like button, people. Thanks, Nestor. The Mercedes AMG all-wheel drive have a decoupler to do burnouts and drift. Maybe you can figure out how they do it and use that on the Charger. So the Trackhawk transfer case is always unlocked, just like a GTR, probably just like that Mercedes, and it uses an actuator to push the clutches just like a GTR and engage the transfer case. So it's technically always rear wheel drive until it sees slip, and then it's all wheel drive. So all I have to do is make it not turn the transfer case on when I want to do burnouts and donuts and stuff. One way to help, Dave. Thanks. Devin Motorcycle Mechanic gave me $5. I appreciate it, man. Okay, since you hate buffing, here's 5 more towards hiring someone else to do it. Yeah, I don't trust anybody, though, is the issue. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I almost want to have a company clear brought, but at the same time, I'm afraid to give it to anybody. Cadillac should bring back a Wagon 2, CTS 5 Sport Wagon, or CTS-V Blackwing Sport Wagon. Thoughts? I think that'd be cool. I mean, I feel like the European market has continued to build wagons. So I don't see why the American market has just kind of lost that niche, because it's just one of those things. I mean, it's just extra money when a Charger wagon is not going to be any more difficult to run down the same line and just add a few more robots to weld on different inner structure and quarter panels and stuff. I mean, the rest of the car is the exact same. So, I don't know. They could just have it all in the same production line. Plum Crazy Purple. I don't know. Dave, I hope you know it's few YouTubers trying to pull off the same thing, and not knowing you already got it in the makes big bro. Thanks. Appreciate it. Hold on. I hope you know it's a few YouTubers trying to pull off. I don't think anybody's trying to do the same thing. I've seen like a bunch of Magnums with Charger front ends, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a bunch of renders out there. This dude just did a render, which I think that was a bunch of BS, but I'll just leave it at that. That whole rendering Photoshop thing. So, but yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I mean, it was a low blow for somebody. So many people watch my videos, and then to just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring back a station wagon when somebody's already like done all the hard work. How much will you sell it for? I'm not selling the one I'm building. I'll probably give it away, or I'll build other ones to sell. What about the interior? Any upgrades, redesign? I'm not exactly sure. I want to do some different stuff with the stitching and stuff like that, but I might just go ahead and just throw some stock stuff in there just so it's done, and I'm not going like too crazy, because I've already gone crazy with like everything else. So I'm late to the party. Did you do anything else to Scat Pack Magnum? Not really. I'm going to be doing some stuff eventually to it. I've got something in the works for you, which is why I asked for your shirt size. Oh, thanks. Let's see. Do you plan on racing the Magnum Hellcat? Yes, I plan on doing lots of stuff in it. So we're once it's done, it's going to be getting used, and I'm going to be probably adding some rock chips to it. So I'm fairly new to the channel, so I'm not sure if you hold on, if you have in the past or not. Have you ever considered doing an old school truck? I don't know. I've thought about doing some, resto mod old trucks and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. I want to do a cab over eventually, do like a crew cab over, but that's a big project, and I don't know if I want to start something that big again yet, but we'll see what happens. As long as you don't put an underglow kit on it, I'll keep my subscription to your channel. Yeah, I don't plan on putting any underglow on it. I did that in like high school in like 2005, which I don't even know why I did that, but it was in, I guess. Do an Audi, bro. Go out the box. An Audi. I'd like to not. I don't know. I have my love-hate relationship with Volkswagens and Audis. They're kind of pieces of shit to work on, but they're kind of cool at the same time. So I don't know. Maybe eventually I'll do an Audi or something, or a Volkswagen. But oh, actually, I might be getting a Volkswagen to think about it. I'm gonna bid on it. We'll see if I get it for super cheap, but maybe be getting a Volkswagen, a V10 Volkswagen. So we can do some stuff with it, but it's not like Lamborghini or anything like that. It's gonna be like $100 or like $1,000 or something. So let's see. Do you think the Charger is going to be faster than Trevor's K24 Civic? I mean, it's going to be a very close race. I mean, the car should run 9s or lower, and if we're doing stuff over, if we're doing stuff from like 120 to like 200, there's no contestant. Like the Charger is going to be way faster. The Civic can't go. It's not a top speed car. It's too light. It doesn't have the downforce. It's just a light car. So, it might get me on the drag strip, but at the end of the day, on the highway, there's no way. It's digs, rolls. I think any of that past like 120, 130, it's going to be hands down the Charger, because it just has the aerodynamics, it has the weight, it can do the speeds. But I'm sure we'll find out. So I mean, me and Trevor have been talking about it, and we'll see what happens. Let's see. Have you thought about a Hellcat in the 99 Charger concepts? The what? I don't know. I wouldn't want to build that whole. If I was gonna fabricate something from like completely scratch, something that I couldn't actually have like a base to go off of, I'd literally just design my whole car. I'd just design a whole car from the ground up, and then just go from there. Instead of making a concept, I'd just make like a whole new car. Are you building a roll cage in the wagon? I am not. I don't want to deal with them, and it's just going to be what it is. So thank you for updating the Magnum playlist. Heaps easier to show people the awesome now. Thanks. I remembered. Dave, I'm in Jamaica and I watch your channel a lot. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. Just wanted to say I bought my first Charger in part from watching your channel. I love this thing. Cool. I mean, they're pretty cool cars. They have a lot of different features that are pretty unique to that. Dodge has a lot of unique features that are just unique to them. And I think they're very easy to navigate through all the systems. So they need to make a Charger wagon with jump seats in the very back. I I don't really like those seats. The Volvo wagon has those seats that face like the opposite way. And I feel like if you ever got rear-ended and people were sitting back there, they just die. So I don't know. Dodge cars are huge tanks anyway. Do you think Dodge should create a contender to compete with the Suburban, like an SUV version of the T-Rex? Well, the Suburban's more like a Durango than a than like a than like a truck. I don't I don't see how someone couldn't feel safe in them. I think you're talking about the seats. No questions, Dave. Just a statement. Shine on crazy diamond. Let's see. Good evening, Dave. How are things coming along for you? Good. I got the subframe done, which took me like 3 or 4 days to get done. So, man, count me in on the giveaway. Cool. Let's see. At least they're. Did you paint the Dodge wagon already? I have not. I'm not there yet. I need to get the roof done first. Have been doing a bit of body work on myself, but it's a bit harder here with the weather. Yeah, it's getting a little bit colder, so stuff takes a little bit. Even inside, stuff takes a little bit longer to cure. So you have to keep that in mind. And when you spray clear, you have to watch it because it'll run really easy. Did you ever finish the other Magnum? Love the Charger build too. I pretty much got it where I wanted it, and then after race week, I wanted more power, so I'm most likely going to put like a red eye swap or a Hellcat swap in it, just so it's a little bit faster for next year at race week. Because I want to bring both. I want to try to bring both of them. So maybe I'll bring all three. Because I want to get the Trackhawk. So I'll bring the old Magnum, the new Magnum, and the Trackhawk to Rocky Mountain Race Week. So I'll have to find 2 people to drive 2 cars because I can't drive 3 cars. You and Motion Auto should do a turbo 3.7 Mustang build. They're stout as hell engines. You know, I've been thinking about doing like a V6 EcoBoost Mustang for a long time, but I don't know. It's down on the list from all the stuff that I need to finish already. So Magnum Safari build, stupid, but why not? Dave, you really inspire me to push myself, go to school, and become someone great like yourself and pull off awesome builds in the future. I'll love to see you, Goon Squad, DIY Gang, K Builds, V-Tune. Tight. I appreciate it. Let's see, come together. I mean, me and Jose always talk, so it's just a matter of time before we do something. Probably once our cars are done is what's going to happen. How many bolts to drop the engine cradle with the trans? I don't know. I know there's just for the subframe and the tranny cross member, there's 8. Then the steering shaft. I think that's pretty much all the bolts right there. I think there's 9. And then a bunch of wiring and stuff. Well, and the exhaust, that's another 4. Yeah, not too many. Do you have an end goal for the Austin Mini yet? Not yet. I've been going back and forth what I want to swap into it, or if I want to leave. I really don't think I want to leave it stock, but I do want to finish rebuilding that engine. But I've been going back and forth what I want to do with it, what I want to swap into it, and stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it yet. Give it away. Give it to me. No, a giveaway means I'm going to have people entering too. I love what you're doing with the car so far. Keep it up, man. It looks sick. I appreciate it. Love the show, brother. Keep on keeping on. Peace out from North Carolina. See you, man. Let's see. Hey, Dave. Happy late Thanksgiving. Can't wait for you to start painting Rampage. I can't either. So after that dude did that rendering, I'm kind of torn from painting it the frostbite blue or painting it this other gallon of $5,000 paint that I have. So I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed that that dude like copied everything almost. So I guess we'll see. I guess you'll see what comes out of the gun. I'm still really on the side of the blue, but I don't know if I want it to be as flashy as the other color is. So I have a question about my '07 Magnum. Something has happened to my shifter. It's stuck in park. I have to release some gizmo to move it. What's broke? It's probably just your neutral safety switch or something. Probably something with the shift selector. I've got a 2009 Audi A5 Quattro. It's a beast. It's the base model. My radio in hold on, my radio and stuck on mute. I changed the amplifier. It's come back on. Now it's just stuck on mute. I have no clue. Those 3.2s, I'd be careful. They're direct injected. Make sure to clean the carbon and change the oil, because if you don't change the oil, they break timing guides. If you don't clean the carbon, they just blow up. So is the hatch going to be carbon fiber? Yes, it is. Aren't you worried about the body twisting and bending from the extra power and weight? So technically, I think the car is going to be way lighter than a Trackhawk, like 1,000 pounds lighter. I should be able to keep it around like 5,000 or under, which isn't too much heavier than stock Charger Hellcat. So we'll see. I'm gonna corner balance it and stuff like that, but it's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna have to fine tune it and everything. But I don't think it's good. I didn't touch any of the structure that would twist or bend. So, and there's so much other stuff welded in there. I don't think we'll have any issues with that. So watch one of your vids for the first time the other day. Keep up the work. Thanks. Did you build your first car? What was it? The first car I had was like a Suzuki Swift. It was a piece of crap. And then I had like a Subaru, and that was all right. That was just like a beater. And then I got my 240. My 240 was the first car I started buying stuff for and really built. So as I told you, I have a thing for wagons and building this the way you are. You have my respect. Let me know when you have the final tranny crossmember design figured out. Yeah, I mean, I should have it. I should pretty much have that figured out by the end of the week, because now I'll have the tranny tunnel finished, and I'll have that other bracket pretty much up there. I'm not going to weld that bracket in until I got the tranny crossmember all bolted in, because it'll be a lot easier than figuring out where I need to figuring out all that other stuff. I could just bolt it to the crossmember and then plug weld it back in, which will be a lot easier, I think. What made you go with a Charger instead of a 300? You can't reskin a 300 to be a Charger, so it's I really don't like how the 300s look, and they're not wide body, so that was another downfall. Let's see. When will the wagon be done by? I'm shooting for spring, early spring. Dave, you are a badass fabrication expert. I don't know about an expert, but I get by. I kind of cobble things together to work. I mean, literally that house laser level came in handy, and that's not what it's made for. So when building structural stuff like a subframe, how do you know what type gauge metal to use to make it strong enough? So usually you just want, so what I'm going to end up doing with the subframe is using chromoly, which is, they also use it in higher end roll cages. And there's a bunch of different thicknesses, but I'm just going to go with, the same thickness you'd use to build a roll cage. The reason I want to use it also is it's going to save me a lot of space. Um, the Dodge subframe is just really bulky for what it is, and the chromoly will be just as strong. Um, you want to make sure stuff is braced, and I'm actually bracing the subframe further back into the firewall. There's actually these two bolt holes on each side that are unused, which worked out perfectly. So I'm bracing it into that, so it's going to have 6 points of connection instead of just four. So it should be able to handle the extra power. It shouldn't have any issues twisting. Plus, that lower control arm was further back, and I didn't want to put that much stress from the lower control arm hanging off of the back of the subframe. So you just want to really think of where weight's going to be when you're driving. I could put it in SolidWorks if I have a 3D scanner, design everything, and then do an analysis on it. But I don't have that luxury because I didn't have a 3D scanner, and trying to get all those points without having a 3D scanner. I probably could do it with the laser level because I had everything lined up, so I could go measure my heights and stuff like that. But I think how I'm doing it's probably going to be probably the best that anybody could do it. And instead of using a 3D scanner, designing it and then sending it to have all the tubing and stuff bent from a CNC bender. So maybe eventually one day I'll have a 3D scanner and be able to do that. How easy is the Magnum interior swap? I mean, I had on my old Magnum, I had to weld the seat brackets in because they're lower, but it's quite a bit of work on a Magnum, but the charger, it's all just going to bolt in. So one of the only YouTubers to do this with their fans. I try. I mean, it's I'm not able to answer all the comments throughout the week because I'm working on the charger. So I feel like this is a lot easier to, all the ones that I miss, people can ask me questions. That's pretty much why I do it. So everybody talking about making the Magnum, they a little too late. Yours looking great, brother. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. I'm glad people kind of defended me on that. That was pretty cool that everybody got on there and was like, oh, this is already happening, because all those people that were just like, because at the end of the day, the dude used a similar title to my videos, and then he's just getting my traffic or newer traffic, and people are like, didn't even know that this is happening, which all those people were super pumped. They're like, oh yeah, I came over this channel, saw that you're doing this build, and I'm glad that I found it. So I'm pretty pumped that my subscribers were looking out for me, because I would probably never even saw that video, to be honest. S2000 engine in the Mini. I think if I did a Honda engine, it'd probably be a K24. With all the work going into the all-wheel drive on the Charger Magnum, do you document your work for future repairs? Yeah, I pretty much know exactly what's going into it, and I'm going to make a jig for the subframe. So if anything ever happens, it's just going to be literally a bolt-in replacement. If I bend a subframe or something like that, I could just make another one. I'm going to have to make 2 other ones besides the one I'm already making. So I'll probably end up selling the subframes, because I feel like a lot of people are going to want to all-wheel drive swap their Hellcats, and I don't think they'll care about cutting their floors up when they could run faster than demons and stuff like that. So VQ30 supercharged in the Mini, that's kind of big for the Mini. You look beautiful today. Have a good night. Thanks, I appreciate it. Do you listen to Kids Bop? I don't even know what that is. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Henry. Harambe is gonna kill her when it's done. They'll look cool, and that is expensive paint. Also, that sucks. Some people are not very creative. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much YouTube though. It's I've kind of gotten used to it, which is unfortunate. Because the unfortunate thing is all the people that actually build cool stuff kind of get pushed to the side and nobody really knows about them, and then just like BS stuff is like huge for some reason. But I think by the end of next year, with once the charger's done and people see that it's it runs good times, it works, it looks good. I think people are going to be a lot more intrigued by my builds, which I'll be pumped about too. So let's see. I'd honestly would love to see you, Trevor, Brent, and Kyle do a build off using a vehicle from the Junkyard. That'd be kind of cool. Watch most of your videos and love your builds. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks, man. I have a 2008 Charger that I want to do a 2016 Scat Pack swap on. I have been watching since you first started the '08 Magnum. You have the best builds I've seen. Your builds are my template. Awesome. I appreciate it. Love your work. Have 3 Mopars, 2 SRTs, and an '89 Shelby Daytona running 30 psi and 300 horsepower. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Do you already have the full Trackhawk engine? How do you plan on getting 1,000 horsepower? So 1,000 horsepower is going to be the low. 1,500 is going to be the high. And I'm just going to fully forge. So the engine's already technically, every engine since like the 80s technically is forged from the factory. All the pistons, all the rods, I don't know. All that stuff's forged, but I'm going to put pistons and rods, and I'm going to stroke it to a 426, and I'm going to put stuff that can handle more power. I'm also going to dry sump it, which will also help in the handling of that power, because once you start pushing a lot of boost into an engine, it builds a lot of pressure in the crankcase, which slows the crankshaft down. When you have a dry sump on an engine, it actually creates vacuum, and when you create vacuum, there's no wind resistance. So when the crankshaft's spinning around, it's creating wind resistance. There's actually wind and oil and stuff in there. When you get rid of all that, you make a lot more power. So I'm going to be doing some things to increase the power here and there. Also adding 2 turbos. I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see. Probably be around 20 psi of boost on a 426, which should put me around like 1,500 horsepower. So it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, I have a guy that tunes, and hopefully he doesn't blow it up, because it's gonna be a lot of money in that engine. Sorry I'm late. Are we going to see the Magnum again? Eventually, when I Hellcat swap it. If you put rims on the Magnum Hellcat, go with deep dish, Dave. Also make sure you paint the letters on the tires. It'll set the whole look off at the end. I don't know about painting the letters on the tires. It's I've never really been a fan of it. I did it once, and I don't know. To do it, you just have to be like bored. But yeah, I was thinking about doing some dished wheels, but I don't know. I'm afraid. Will you build another 240 with a Hellcat? I don't know, maybe. Don't know what that is. The guy shifter problem is the brake transmission interlock. It is in the shifter mechanism. Huh. Let's see. If I built an NA Miata, I feel like that would be cool. And I don't fit in Miatas. Are you going to wait till you get everything mocked up 100% before paint, motor, floorboard, turbos, everything, or do you plan on having to go back and repaint things after fabrication? So I'm not going to have to repaint anything after fabrication. And once the tranny tunnel is done, so the tranny tunnel is the last thing. Well, the tranny tunnel and the roof mold are the last things that I have to do before I'm going to paint it. So I should, just depends, but I should be able to get the roof mold or get the roof very close to being able to make a roof mold this week. So hopefully next week I could bust the roof mold out. Then I could go and paint it. The body will be painted. I'll pop a carbon fiber roof skin out, glue it down, re-clear the car, and then I'll just start painting everything else. The one thing I didn't want to do is be welding and grinding and all of this stuff with fresh paint. So once the training tunnel is done, it is the last thing that I have to worry about grinding and welding and stuff like that. So we'll be one step closer. Then I'm gonna pretty much use, I'm not exactly sure which version I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna probably use some truck bed liner to do the inside cargo area so it's all kind of uniform, and then the underneath of the car as well, and just get it a little bit cleaner because cleaner and more protected, because Dodge doesn't do that. It's just primer in it. That's pretty much why they all rust. And then I have to refill the rails that I cut all the foam out of, and just kind of go from there. So elephant swap, I'm going to build something better than an elephant. How different are the footprints? They're the same. They're like, they literally just bolt in. What color are you going to paint her? It's coming quick. I'm doing frostbite blue. I did a video on the paint. So it's like 5 or 6 videos down, maybe a little bit more, but I hope this build is going to work out. It's going to work out. Maybe Mopar will decide to bring back the Magnum after you show yours to them. I would buy one. I'm sure a lot of people would buy one. Good work on the car. Thanks. I would buy one as well. Everybody's going to buy one. Have you thought of trying to get in touch with Dodge about SEMA via your Mopar dealer through the factory representative? I don't think he really has that much pull, because he's kind of, I think he's, I don't know. I feel like, and I've actually messaged the Mopar SRT department of their like social media, and it's like some chick, and she never got back to me. So she probably was just like, who's this idiot? And I mean, once the car's done, I feel like there's going to be a little bit more traction. But right now, it's just one of those things. The people that have these jobs are just they don't care. So once it has more traction, I feel like Dodge will be hitting me up and being like, yeah, we'll have it at SEMA, and that'll be pretty cool if it happens. But I know it's most likely going to be at SEMA somewhere inside, which will be nice. Everybody on here, a team. Dave, appreciate it, George. If I may suggest a new project, if you know a TV show called Viper and the Gray Defender car, no one had built one yet. Think you would be the guy to do so. Cheers. Never heard of it. How about a 300Z? I don't know. Oh, how's the 300ZX? It's good. I was going to drive it to the car wash, and then it started smoking a lot. But I think most of the oil's burned out of there now, because when I start it up, no smoke. And it doesn't start smoking until the exhaust gets hot. So I think we're getting there. It's getting very close. But yeah, the exhaust is just full. Well, it's not full anymore. It was full, but reshape the back window. No, I like how it looks. How's 7? That's the build that got me hooked on your content. So when I do the roof mold, I've been waiting to do the RX-7 fan shroud or carbon fiber. So I'll be doing both of those, and I'll do a video on building a carbon fiber fan shroud for my FC RX-7. It'll be like the most expensive thing on the car. So yeah, it'll be kind of cool. Let's see. The Mr. Snyder donated $10. I appreciate it. Great videos, but can you explain why the Charger Magnum Hellcat project is a big deal? Sorry, I have no concept of Dodge products, and I'm guessing the overseas audience doesn't either. So, I mean, even overseas, there's a lot of station wagons. I mean, Mercedes makes a station wagon, Audi makes a station wagon. Um, Pretty much all the car companies overseas make wagons, Volvo, etc. And over here, the Magnum pretty much was Dodge's station wagon, and they just cut it off after I don't know, what, a few years. I mean, it was only like 5 years or something like that, 5 or 6 years. So it's just been a long time coming, and it's just one of those cars that a lot of people really like, and it's going to have the performance behind it. So there's going to be, I'm going to have 1,000 on the low, 15 on the high. It's going to be all-wheel drive. It's just like a really big project that kind of interests a lot of people because it's not just that it's a station wagon. A lot of people are watching it because it's a station wagon, because it's a Mopar, because of the fabrication, just because of all the crazy stuff that I do. And I do it on a lot of my builds. So, it's just one of those things that just is kind of catching on. And I feel like if I built like a AMG or something and did kind of the same thing, if they didn't make a station wagon AMG and I turned like an AMG GTR into like a station wagon or something like that, something similar. I mean, it's just one of those things. So, have you seen Sketch Monkey rendering of a modern Charger Magnum on YouTube? Yeah, I saw that he probably saw my video, used almost the same title, used the same color, and made almost the same car. It's pretty disappointing that he didn't say anything about it, but it is what it is. Hellcat 300ZX next. I don't think so. That thing's so nice. I don't really want to mess it up. What's up, dude? I watch all your videos. Much respect. This build is legendary. Appreciate it. Cash Jennings. Is your first name Cash? Really? Let's see. I thank you for sharing your opinions and thinking outside the box. Keep up the good work. Thanks. I would rhino-line the interior floor, then throw some sound deadening material on top of it. So if I forgot what brand it is, but if I use a certain brand, it's kind of like sound deadening anyway. I don't want to add too much weight to the car. And the sound deadening that's in the car right now, I'm going to dry ice all of it off because I don't know if it was because the car didn't have doors on it and there's water on the floorboards, but it's like really, really weird. It's like soft. So I want to get rid of it and replace it, and I don't want to end up having a weird smell because of it. So I'll just get it all out of there and maybe add a bit here and there, but I don't want to go too crazy with it because that stuff is pretty heavy. From SolidWorks to Fabrication, how have you developed such a skill set? So I was an engineer for Cummins power generation for 4 years. And on top of that, I went to school. I literally, my freshman year, I was already doing, so when I was in high school, so it was sophomore year, I was pretty much done with most of my stuff sophomore year, so I could do college classes from sophomore year forward, and I did like a bunch of engineering classes. So I started with mechanical drafting, that's drafting with pencil and paper, which is a real pain, and then I started doing AutoCAD, and then they came out with SolidWorks finally, and then I did SolidWorks, and when I got to college, I literally had to go to a SolidWorks class for a week, and the teacher was like, yeah, don't come back. So, and then I just continued. I've done SolidWorks ever since, and I'm pretty good at it, and I'm pretty good at reverse engineering stuff, and I mean, it's all just a continued education. So, today was a continued education using that laser tool to get everything lined up. I thought that was pretty nifty, if I don't say so myself. So the Kronos was a concept to replace the 300. I think. I love you. I love the videos of your wagon build. Thanks. I appreciate it. How do you think the transmission will hold up? So Trackhawk trannies are known to hold 1,000 horsepower easily. The transfer cases, not so much, but they just have like a clutch slipping issue. So I'll probably just end up having to figure out some different clutches. I know GTR, I think it's the same setup as a GTR. So I might be able to rob some GTR clutches, some upgraded GTR clutches, and throw them in that it's like an LSD electronic actuator thing, and maybe resolve the clutch slipping issue. So, but yeah, the trannies should be fine. You can get them built, and I might end up having mine built, sent off and built, so it handles the power without having any issues. I want to do something similar to mine. It's a lot of work. Can I get a hoo-yah? What's up? Will you have a red key for it? I will. I will have a red key for it. I should I don't know. I should have like a green key for it to match like the brake calipers and like the valve covers and stuff, because it's going to be like a nuclear bomb. But instead of having the red key, I should just have like the black key, and then, or I should just have like the black key as the red key, and then have like the green key, because it'll be like 1,000 and then like 1,500. So I think that'd be kind of cool. I want to do rear suicide doors on mine. Have you thought about that? I do not want to go into, after lining all that stuff up, I don't want to go into making hinges and stuff. Sadly, the Dodge Magnum was only from 05 to 08. Yeah, it wasn't very long. Are you going to add any additional security features to the Magnum? I think I remember you saying something about the poor quality of factory security. A kill switch would be awesome. So I'm going to do a few things to it to kind of upgrade the security. I'm probably going to put a steering column lock in it, which isn't going to be very hard. It's probably going to be more of a pain, not a pain to do, but more of a pain, because right now it's really nice because when the car's off, you can turn the steering wheel, but that's another reason why they get stolen so much. So you should do a mid-engine IROC Z. This is the first live I have tuned into. Loving it. Good luck on your cars. I appreciate it, Andrew. Dave, what's up, dude? I love all your videos. Perfect, awesome, job worthy of the masters. You rock. Take care. I appreciate it, Victor. Great job with your projects. Keep plugging away. Thanks for your content. Thanks, Chad. Let's see. I'm probably going to go to the bottom really quick. How about putting a killer sound system? I'm just going to use the factory sub that goes in the spare tire well and the factory stereo, because I don't want to be adding a bunch of weight. That's what I'm kind of trying to mitigate with the carbon roof and the hatch and stuff like that. Dave, have you heard about the secret settings in the Hellcat? I'm not sure. I'm not working on cars right now because I just bought my first house a month ago, and it's taking all my time and money. I can now appreciate all the effort you put into your house before you sold it. Yeah, especially refinishing the hardwood. Refinishing the hardwood floors was probably the biggest undertaking of any project I've ever done. And even though it was like a huge undertaking and everything, those floors came out great. Like my realtor called me 6 months later and was like, "How did you refinish those floors?" And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work. Here you go. This is how you do it." But yeah. So I'm gonna end the live stream here. I need to edit a video for tomorrow, the charger video. I have to do laundry, have to do a bunch of other stuff. So gonna end the live stream here. Thanks for tuning in, and see you in tomorrow's video.